This is Paul. Yeah. Uh-huh. Relocate order to on motion to limit notice of intent to move with children. Yeah. Back to the concept of motive, notice to intent to move with children. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh, the unreasonable risk, the health or safety of the to limit notice or his or her children. It looks to me like that once a petitioner says, "Well, I'm fearful for my life," yeah, they have the right to, well, conceal, yes, the children of those named as respondents to dissolutions of marriage. Yeah. Now, limit notice of intent to move with children. Check one. Yes. Obviously, after I was found not guilty in July of 2012. Yeah. If you can't include the children in a protection order, yeah, because of an expungement, yes, the extenuating circumstances of not committing any child abuse in the state, yeah, you can never limit the actual respondent of getting notice of relocation. See, um, it's all about the children. Yes. And without some sort of documented, yeah, accusation of child abuse, yeah, you can never limit the respondent of getting notice of relocation unless there's some actual accusation of child abuse that the respondent has the right, yes, to answer if there is a question about their concern or care for, yes, children. Now, I'm going to want to sue you right now for including child abuse in each of the protection orders and any accusation of child abuse in the actual dissolution of marriage. Ha! Ha! And then I'm going to sue you for issuing a child custody order. Yeah, where my wife, yes, moved with my sons, yes, without filing one of these orders or on motion to limit notice of intent to move with children, when you included the 5 minors named in the protection order that you issued for 10 years. Yeah. This idea that the children are afraid of their father when the actual anger and the dissatisfaction of the relationship is between the adults. Yeah. And I mentioned 80%, maybe less than that, 90% of the actual men are not angry at their children because it's not their fault. Yes. Anger is an emotion. Pooch. It is not an abuse. Now, even if you were angry at your child for doing something, yes, regardless of age, yes, anger is not an abuse. Anger is an emotion. I can be angry at somebody without being abusive to them. I could be angry at the police department without being confrontational. Yes. I could be angry at the sheriff without confronting them. I could be angry at anybody. Yes. Without actually committing any crime or any abuse. Anger as an emotion is not an abuse. No. The court seems to think, yes, that even if I was angry at my kids for doing something, yes, that I would be an abusive parent. That's not true. Abuse in and of itself is abuse. It is not an emotion. Now, for the 90% of the men that really don't blame their kids, yeah, the anger, yes, as an emotion is what a lot of women are afraid of, yes, because they don't like the anger right now of the man. Let's say the petitioner was afraid that I'd be angry at her, yes, for taking my sons, yes, and naming them on a civil protection order on July 8th of 2011, yes, when I was a resident of Guam and she accused me of child abuse. Now, I'd call into question this whole idea of questioning little children about what they know. Yes, but there were no marks on them. There was no bruises. There was no actual indications of any abuse on my part because I was never an abusive father during their whole lives. Right now. Right now. But getting back here and you issuing it on August 12th of 2011 because of the false accusation on Guam, well, I have to accept that, don't I? Yes. But as soon as my record was expunged, there was no child abuse. And at that point, You cannot include them in protection orders. Yeah. You cannot seal their information when going through a dissolution of marriage. Yes. And you cannot deny me the right to know when they're relocating right now because you can't do what you can't do.